This is the 10th year the Board of Directors of the Georgia Peanut Commission has chosen to recognize 5 farmers as the Outstanding Georgia Peanut Farmers of the Year. This award is designed to honor farmers who have given lifelong devotion to peanut farming and at the same time service to their neighbors and communities.
I'm Tim Birch and I represent the 1st District, and I've chosen Mr. Donald Shirah of Camilla, Georgia, is my recipient for this year. He began farming in 1960 during his senior year of high school, where he farmed 400 acres by himself since his father passed away in October of 1960. Donald is a 3rd generation farmer following in the footsteps of his granddad, Johnny, and father Louis. Today, Donald farms with his son Paul, who's with us today, at Red Hill Farms. Together they farm 1,800 acres, which includes 900 acres of peanuts, cotton, corn, along with beef cattle. Donald added irrigation to the farm in 1955, and they continue today with 100% irrigated cropland. Through the years, Donald raised hogs, had 2,100 head at one time, and grew tobacco in '77. Donald is a member of the American Peanut Growers Group in Donaldsonville and Pine Cliff Planters Cotton Gin. He has served on the Bank of Camilla Board of Directors for 20 years. He has been active in Georgia Farm Bureau and served through the years on the Peanut and Cotton Commodity Committees, and serves as Vice President of the Mitchell County Farm Bureau. He has also served on the Soil and Water Board of the Flint River Soil and Water Commission and the County Zoning Board. In '61, Donald served as Georgia FFA State Officer. He's a deacon emeritus at Hopeful Baptist Church. Today, Donald is married to Shelby, who's with him. His first wife, Jane, passed away in 2017, and they have 3 children, Jay, Paul, and Donna Lynn, along with 6 grandchildren.
About Mr. Gerald, he's our District 2 winner, Mr. Gerald Fowler from Sycamore, Georgia. Mr. Gerald is 3rd generation farmer who farms in Turner County. He helped his father with carpentry and farming before he joined the Army. Mr. Gerald served from 1963 to 1965 and received an early out to return to the farm to plant a crop. Mr. Gerald began farming in 1965 with 100 acres. 50 acres of cultivatable cropland. Through the years, he has grown peanuts, cotton, corn, soybeans, and watermelons. And of course, Mr. Gerald said peanuts and watermelons has been the crops that's fed his family through the years. Mr. Gerald rented from 4 different farms to plant his crop, and at age 60, he stopped renting his land and just focused on his own land, where he raised cattle and 40 acres of cotton and 25 acres of peanuts. Mr. Gerald's been a member of Farm Bureau for 40 years and a leader with the organization. He's served as director and vice president for the Turner County Farm Bureau. On the state level, Mr. Gerald served the Peanut Commodity Committee, which he was vice chairman in 1996 and chairman from 1997 to 1998. He served the Peanut Commodity Committee from 1999 to 2001 and from 2005 to 2011. Mr. Gerald received a high yield award through the Georgia Moneymaker Club in 1981 with a yield of 4,531 pounds per acre. He was recognized as the Georgia Peanut Achievement Club in 2001 and 2004 and was overall state winner in 2003 with a yield of 5,269 pounds per acre. Mr. Gerald was presented a lifetime membership to the ABAC Alumni Association for his commitment to the ABAC Farm through the years. He's been working part-time with the ABAC Farm for the past 14 years. And Mr. Gerald and Miss Sally, they have 3 children, 5 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson.
Our award winner is Lee Cromley from Brooklet, Georgia. He is a 5th generation farmer and farms alongside his brother Charlie in Bullock County. farm consists of 2,300 acres where they grow cotton and peanuts. Lee returned to the family farm after college graduation from ABAC and UGA with an ag economics degree and has grown peanuts for 43 years. Lee serves as president of Bullock Gin. Through the years, he has served a variety of roles with various agricultural organizations, including the Georgia Peanut Commission, American Cotton Producers, Georgia Cotton Commission, Southern Cotton Growers, and Cotton Incorporated, and he is currently serving as president-elect of the Cotton Council International. Lee is also active within his local community. He serves as an advisory board member with Morrison Bank and on the board of directors with Farmers and Merchants Bank. He is also a member of Brooklet United Methodist Church. Lee has been recognized through the years with AgHon honorary membership, honorary Georgia FFA membership, and the American FFA degree. He also received the 2022 High Cotton Award. Lee has also welcomed many tour groups to his farm through the Georgia Peanut Tour and other events hosted by the Georgia Peanut Commission. Lee has also been very supportive of research projects with the University of Georgia and conducted several on-farm extension trials with his local extension agent, Bill Tyson. He is married to Ann, and they have 3 children, Mary Catherine, Molly, and John.
I'm Rodney Dawson from Pulaski County, serve District 4. Our nominee for this year is Sam Crenshaw from Cordele. Sam farms with his son Jeremy Clint and his nephew Clay. Sam's story is a little different. He's one of those that, like Gerald, he's got a immaculate farm. He does a great job. It's different from most. Growing up, his dad worked through sharecropping. Even though Sam wanted to go to school for an education, his dad kept him out of school to help on the farm. So eventually Sam dismissed from school for missing so many days. At the age of 18, Sam left the farm with $20 in his pocket and began working for his future father-in-law, Owen Bagwell, Owen Bagwell Farm. Sam began farming with $80 a week and saved up his money to buy a grain combine. He then custom harvest for farmers. Eventually, Sam began purchasing land, farming on his own. Today, he farms over 12,800 acres, owned and rented in Chris, Wilcox, and Dooley County, with 14 employees. He grows peanuts, cotton, and watermelon. Sam's grown peanuts since 1980, with 60% of the peanuts irrigated. Through the years, he's received high yield awards for his peanuts and watermelons. According to Sam, his success has come from learning a lot from early stages in his life. In the beginning, he built a lot of his equipment on his own. And today, he's stays with the data and all the production practices. One of Sam's favorite pastimes is restoring old tractors, including a Ford Ferguson and a 5020 John Deere. He also loves hunting, fishing, and is a gun and knife collector. Sam is a member of Chris County Farm Bureau, Pena Baptist Church in Cordele. He received the Farmer of the Year Award for Chris County Chamber of Commerce for peanuts, cotton, and watermelon. Crenshaw Farm also received an award through the Chris County Soil and Water Conservation District. Sam is married to Sheila, and they have 2 sons, Jeremy Clint, and 3 grandchildren.
I'm Donald Chase, and I represent District 5, and it's a great honor for me to recognize Mr. Richard Morrison this morning from Stewart County, Georgia. Mr. Morrison passed away a few years back, and his son Winston has joined us this morning, and I'd just like to give a few things about it. And I was visiting with some friends in Stewart County, and the thought occurred to me that Mr. Morrison nominated me, drove from Stewart County up to, I believe it was in Americus, it's been a few years back, and nominated me to serve on the Peanut Commission. And that's just the kind of a leader Mr. Richard was, and I'm happy to honor him this morning. Mr. Morrison was a graduate of Stewart County High School. He enlisted in the U.S. Army during the time of the Korean conflict and was stationed in Germany. He returned to Georgia and he completed his education with degrees from ABAC and the University of Georgia, where he met his wife, Miss Carol Ann. Mr. Richard combined his agricultural training with his practical experience as a farmer's son to run a successful family farm with his father, Mr. Leland, and later with his son, Winston. Morrison Farms was formed in 1959. The farm consisted of row crops and cattle through owned and rented farmland. Today, Mr. Richard's son, Winston, here continues the farm. The farm consists of 400 acres of cropland, 100 acres of pasture, and 500 acres of timber. One time, Mr. Richard had a load of peanuts, and y'all will appreciate this, that contained 0% foreign material. Mr. Richard was an advocate for agricultural concerns on the local, state, and national level, serving as president of the Stewart County Farm Bureau for many years, traveling to Washington and Atlanta to make sure that legislators heard the voice of a farmer. He was also involved with Georgia Farm Bureau and the Georgia Cattlemen's Association, where he served as region vice president in 1996. He also served as an advisory board member for the Georgia Peanut Commission. Mr. Richard was a Mason and a member of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. In his retirement years, he enjoyed restoring antique tractors. He was a founding member of Sawega Big Wheelers and could often be seen in local parades at the wheel of one of his antique tractors, where he restored 15 through the years. In 1999, he received the ABAC Master Farmer Award. He was also honored as the Outstanding Young Farmer for the Columbus GCs. Mr. Richard received his high yield awards through the Georgia Cotton Moneymakers Club, and he was a deacon and a song leader for 40 years at County Line Baptist Church. Mr. Richard passed away in 2017, and his wife of 59 years, Miss Carol Ann, passed away in 2023. Together, they have 2 children, with Winston here joining us today, and a daughter, Kathy, and 1 granddaughter, Carrie. And although it gives us a little pause to recognize him, I think that Mr. Richard made a lot of contributions to this industry, and that's the exciting thing, is when we recognize the leaders that we stand on their shoulders, and Mr. Richard was certainly one of those.
This award is sponsored by the Georgia Peanut Commission and Agri Supply.